Bulls Radio Lounge. Bull and the Bartender Show. I am Bull. That is hot. Either I am hot or I am just... Welcome to the show with a little bit of technical difficulties. Mark, the bartender on the other end. How are you, my friend?
What's going on, man?
I don't know. It's a strange night. It's,
yeah?
I had some audio issues on the computer, so I had to fix that real quick. And then the board was just it sounded like it was coming in too hot, you know, at least on my end. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I had this big build up for you. I had all the intro going for you, you know, and I don't know, something just blew. I don't know what it was. It just sort of blew it. You know what I mean? Does that make? Am I making sense or no?
Yeah, man. I mean, everything sounds fine on the fucking live feed thing. So.
All right. I mean, well, so as long as it sounds good, that's all. You know, that's all we need. So, yeah. So, welcome to the show, April 27th, 2021. This is the Bull and the Bartender Show.
I don't know. You do sound kind of quiet on the live feed, though.
Do I really? I mean, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like you might need to crank your end up a little bit.
Let me try to fix this live here. We try not to do this. Let me turn on my mic here. Check. 1, 2, 2.
There you go.
How about that? Does that sound good for you?
That's a little hot. Take it down about
1, 2, 3. Check. Syllabus.
Yeah, there you go.
Syllabus. How's that?
That sounds better over like the computer.
All right. So does that sound pretty good? You like that?
Yeah, I'm getting ready to hear it on like the actual like thing here.
All right. So that's good. I'm glad we're live. I'm glad we're live. I mean, it's. I thought.
Yeah, there you go. All right, that sounds better on my live.
Cool, awesome. So I don't sound low. I don't sound too hot. I sound right in the middle where I need to be.
Just right.
We tried all the different directions we're gonna go, and we got it just right. Right tuned.
Yeah, I mean, if it gets shittier from here, that's just your fault.
Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that.
Well, it's the computer's fault.
It is the computer. It's Sonic's fault. You know, blame it on Sonic.
Blame it on science.
Science? Why are you gonna blame it on science for?
Because.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Sonic is the.
That's the key word, man. Everybody's all about science.
Science.
Yeah.
What's the deal about science?
Science. You didn't hear, man? The old man said we're officially, if we have the fucking shot, we're allowed to take off our masks outside now. Like, really? I need that old codger to fucking tell me that?
I mean, I tell you what, I went to the fair on Sunday, right?
I heard nobody was wearing shit at the fair.
It was a fantastic day. I mean, it was cloudy, but got a little bit sunburned, you know?
Yeah.
So it was enjoyable, you know, spending time, you know, with the fam and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And
did you have to wear your mask all day?
I tried. I went about 50%, I'll be honest with you. You know what I mean? And, you know, everybody else did, which was nice, you know.
Like everybody else that was going to the fair, or like
everybody else in my clan was wearing a mask. And but the thing is like probably about maybe 80% of the people, well, probably about 60% of the people were not wearing masks at all.
Yeah.
None of them. You know what I mean? Like they had their mask totally off. You know, they didn't even bring a mask, didn't even wear a mask. Which, listen, I don't care. I mean, if you don't want to wear a mask, I'm not gonna judge you either way.
But, yeah, well, I just laugh, man, because like, all right, man, being like inside is like one thing, but like you're fucking outside, dude. Unless you're like in like a mosh pit, like.
Yeah.
I'm not wearing that shit. You can kiss my house already not fucking wearing it outside. Like.
I mean, you'd take it off when you're eating, you know, something like food from the fair, which, you know, was fantastic, you know.
I mean, I'm gonna have a beer in my hand at the fair pretty much the whole damn time, so I'm gonna have a mask off. Like,
but I mean, I don't know. It was kind of weird because even some of the cops out there, they weren't even wearing masks. To be honest with you, like they were just like,
yeah, because they got vaccinated.
Well, even so, I mean, I got.
Yeah, so that fuck that. I got the shot. Like I went ahead and did that shit. Fuck off. I'm not wearing a mask. Like,
Would you wear one if your job said you had to?
I mean, they actually like our shit. I mean, you're supposed to, or like people from the outside are supposed to if they come into our offices.
Right.
Like, but pretty much all of us have already got our shots. So like, fuck it. Like, I'm not, man. I mean, I Lysol my man like the computer and the mouse and all that crap anyway every time anyway. Just because, man.
Right. We are alive, right?
I'm guessing. I don't know. I
Yeah.
flipped it back off. I was watching shenanigans. Let me see.
Let me
Why
make
are you
sure.
getting like?
No, I'm just not getting anything from one of my deals.
Yeah.
Well, no, because every time I hit the live button, it doesn't go to live unless it's live now. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm listening to our conversation right now.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
yeah, all right. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's one of the things that I have on here just has no audio coming through it, so that's why I thought, oh, there it is. All right, so I guess it just, dude, it's been acting wonky tonight. I don't know what's going on with this thing. It's like we've been talking for past like 10 minutes. Good thing I'm recording it. And it's just been like I've been watching my levels and like there's like been nothing, and I'm like kind of sitting there going, I'm like, all right, maybe this is kind of a glitch, but then it's like nothing, and I'm like,
So how was the humanity at the fair?
oh, it was,
Oh, the humanity.
gosh, it was horrible. It was horrible. I mean, because not only it wasn't like horrible, like drastic, like oh my god.
I mean, you get to see some pretty special families that like come to the fair.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot worse where like it's been a lot more crowded to where like people are walking around with their turkey legs and stuff like that, and it's in the middle of the summer or heat and stuff, and just walking around doing their thing. And
Yeah, I feel like it's almost too hot to have the fair right now. Like,
yeah, it was pretty hot. I mean, even though it was cloudy on Sunday, it was pretty hot.
yeah, it was still hot, man, over the weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it was insane. I mean, it was like just come home and just drench yourself and just nothing but water. You know what I mean? That's how hot
so
it
what'd
was.
you grab on, man? What was the best thing you saw?
Well, I mean, I don't do the rides, to be honest with you. I don't.
Nah, I don't do rides either. What'd you eat on though?
I had a Italian sausage. The old, one of the food carts. Chewy Rocks picked me up an Italian sausage. So
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And then had a what else was there? Had the dollar teas. You ever seen those?
The big monster ones.
Well, it's in a cup.
Yeah.
Or you can get like a $5 one, I think, like a jug.
I like that fresh lemonade when they're sitting there squeezing that shit right there.
Okay.
Man. They
Yeah.
dump all the sugar in it and shake it up for you.
And then what else? The elephant. I got an elephant ear this year. I try to switch it up between the elephant ear and the other big one. That they kind of swirl in all different directions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the elephant ear is probably, I think, the best thing at the fair. Almost. I've had the cheesecake, the cheese. What is it called? The hand dipped cheesecake.
They had like a chocolate dip cheesecake.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Fried cheesecake Willy.
The chocolate dipped one, or not the chocolate, but we can get like different dips at one of these stations, right?
Yeah.
It was good. It was an actual cheesecake slice. The problem was it was a little bit too frozen for my taste.
That's better than having the other way, man. I got a 3rd-degree burn from a fucking frozen or from a fried Twinkie that I tried. That wasn't
really? Oh, like when you bit in that fried Twinkie and
like the fucking like the icing was all like liquid hot magma. Yeah, it fucking sucked. It was not cool at all.
Was that on your tongue or the roof of your mouth?
Yeah, dude. Like you bit into it, you're like, oh yeah, man. It's gonna be like. I asked him. I was like, yeah, it's like fry on the outside and then like cold in the middle. I'm like, all right, cool. Like,
yeah.
I'll try one. Nah, that bitch was fucking
insanely hot.
Oh no, dude! It was like fried icing, like that came shooting out,
Uh.
like man, money shot style, just like shit. Like, yeah, it was horrible. I
What
got
was,
like, man, my like fucking inside of my lips were like burned and stuff from it.
really?
Like,
Oof. Now what was the what did it taste like? The fried Twinkie. What did that
tastes like fried
goldness?
dough and like burnt skin.
Really?
That's all I got from it.
I mean, I see it every year where they have like the fried Reese's and the fried Oreo and the fried this.
Yeah, no, like
And
all
I'm
because all that
like,
shit you gotta like freeze it, and then as soon as you take it out, man, you gotta like fry it like for 30 seconds. But like
oh
those guys
really?
aren't like, if you were actually, like had your timer on or had
Yeah.
your game on right, like
Is it an actual like Oreo that they fry and is
yeah, and they like freeze it and then dip it and then bread it or whatever, dip it in like the batter and
yeah,
throw it in the fryer real fast and it floats up and
no kidding. I've always seen
yeah,
it,
but
but
the
I
icing,
never
man, once the icing gets hot, it just turns into like
magma.
liquid icing, liquid magma, basically. Like,
So what about the Reese's one? I mean, is that like a whole peanut butter cup of fried?
yeah, they probably
Or
freeze the hell out of it and then dip it in. I mean, the thing's gonna melt in the middle, and but like the like frying skin should hold it all together,
so
supposedly.
if I may pose this question to you, when you decide to get this fried Twinkie, this edible, you know,
Yeah, this edible nightmare.
greasiness of, Wonderland of a
I like.
Twinkie.
I fucking love Twinkies, dude.
Oh yeah, Twinkies are great. So when you decided to do this, and you knew that it was sort of freshly coming out of the 300 plus degree free
Yeah, and
hot.
then they, but they like let it sit for a minute, like in like the thing,
Uh-huh.
and then they, do the powdered sugar on top of it, and shit.
But
Like,
also, I mean, wouldn't one sort of think that you probably wouldn't want to bite into it so suddenly?
well, no, like I mean, I didn't like like tear the end off of it like it was a fucking grenade. Like man, like you just like
Would
kind
you
of bit
just
into it, just trying to like crack it so it would cool off.
uh-huh.
And as soon as you broke like the fry skin, like it just skeeted on you, dude. Like
Yeah, but I mean but wouldn't you just sort of break it off and just sort of like one small piece at a time and just sort of
yeah, no, man. Like I I didn't even bite into it. Like as soon as
uh,
as like your like tooth touched the fucking shit,
it
like
just
it was
squirted
like
out?
it was under pressure.
Oh,
Like it was under pressure. Like so as soon as it like
uh,
that was it.
pop goes the weasel.
Yeah, pop goes the molten Twinkie weasel.
Juan Hernandez chimes in. The best were the Krispy Kreme burgers. I
Man,
I tried one
those
of
were
those.
legit, dude. I never got one, but I saw them and I saw how they did it,
Yeah,
and
and all it
yeah,
is.
those were legit. And like I feel like you could actually probably make your own donuts at home, like if
Yeah.
you were really hardcore about it, and like make like a fucking the right size donut to hold a real burger. Like
Well, I mean, all it was basically just a donut that was cut in half, and that was the bun. You know, and all of
yeah,
the
but if you could home make a donut that was like the size of like a croissant, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, okay,
Like a big boy donut, and then like, all right, I'm gonna put a burger on here with some bacon, and like,
yeah. That's just heart attack Willie right there.
yeah, fuck it, dude. I already got my COVID shot. I'm straight.
Your COVID shot ain't gonna stop you from a heart attack.
Hey, that shit cleaned me out, man. Like I didn't have any, man. I got the Johnson and Johnson, so like, my
Oh,
blood
did you
clots
really?
clean. I'm ready to eat.
You ready to eat?
Let it eat.
Let it eat.
Yeah, I actually had a fucking amazing bacon cheeseburger from the green store tonight.
Did you really?
Yeah, man, their burger meat's so good too. Like whether you buy it there, like from the actual meat market, or like or you just get a burger there.
Uh huh.
Like it's so on point. That bitch had all bacon all over it, and it was just, oh, it was perfect.
That sounds phenomenal.
Yeah, and they actually like press the bun a little bit, almost like you're like Cuban,
Oh, like
so,
a press bun type of deal.
yeah. So the bun's got a little crispy to it, kind of thing.
Yeah, I got you. Oh, Publix used to do that back in the day, but I mean,
I mean
I
they'll
don't know.
press it with like honey butter and shit. If you want
They
to get
still
all
do
weird,
that?
man.
They still press it with the honey butter.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was the
Yeah, because you
shiz.
get like a freaking like a proper like the boar's head good ham
Uh,
and like some like real baby Swiss all like fucking thick on there, and like I just want a little bit of mayo, mustard, some onions, and some honey butter. Like press that bitch with honey butter with the ham and Swiss.
That was that back in the day, man. You go in there, you tell them you want some honey butter on that Cuban sandwich that they're making over there, and just
So the
press
weirdest
the
thing.
crap out of it. And then you take it off, and it's that golden crispy, glazed breading on top of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the melted cheese, it just sort of melts all over, inside the bun.
So the weirdest shit when I was surveying, man, we did this job where like we were like the only thing to like eat out there was like Publix basically. So we would get the Publix like first thing in the morning, get like a sub, eat like half of it for breakfast and throw half of it in the cooler for later kind of shit. But we were there for like months, man. I tried every Publix sub that I could possibly think of. Just like, fucked up combinations of stuff, man. Just because I was like, I need something different. I'm tired of eating stuff.
That's true. Yeah,
so I actually got her to make me on the submarine bread a peanut butter and jelly sandwich one morning, and I had her press it with honey butter.
Oof.
Like, but she knew what she was doing, so like the peanut butter and the jelly didn't like get like hot and get all runny and shit. Like, she like turned up the heat, put a bunch of honey butter on it, toasted it real fast, and was like done. And it was one of the, like to this day, man. Like this is probably like 15 fucking years ago. Like
really,
that sandwich is burned into my brain as like
that. Yeah, and that's
peanut
what
butter
I'm saying.
and grape jelly with honey butter fucking pressed.
Wait, hold on. Did you say peanut butter and grape jelly?
Yeah.
Really?
Like I got them to make me a PB&J on like the sub roll basically, and then press it with honey butter.
Really?
Yeah.
I have never heard of that nor tasted that.
It was fantabulous, man. Like, but like, I gotta preface this with we went there like 5 days a week for like a month and a half probably. Like that was the only place to eat. Like,
let me get this straight. You put peanut butter on and jelly on your Cuban sandwich.
No, not like on like the sub rolls, when you go to Publix and they're like, you want white wheat, whatever, like sub roll.
I thought you said you put peanut butter and jelly on your Cuban sandwich.
No. This on like their like bread. On like their
okay.
Like, Cuban bread,
okay. And then you put the honey butter on top of that, then you press it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. That.
It was extravagant.
I have to try that.
I got like a quart of chocolate milk, dude, and just sat up under a tree. Like it was all cold out. Like.
It just sat there and just grazed on the honey butter goodness that made that golden top.
Because it kind of got the peanut butter a little bit warm, but it didn't make it runny, man. Because they have that shit back there in the back of the deli, they make those sandwiches. Like,
I don't know. I could never work in like a bakery. I'd come out of there like 600 pounds. To be honest with you.
I worked in bakeries, man.
Really?
Like a couple different bakeries.
Yeah, because it just a lot of that stuff. Like you just start smelling the bakery going off in the store as you walk in the morning.
The bread was really good. Like I got tired of smelling like the cake icing and like that.
Oh,
kind
really?
Of, like, like super sugar. Like the 5-gallon vat of like icing. And you would just add food coloring to make like, man, I used to make the freaking roses that were on the little cakes and shit,
right?
Like icing them and everything. Like, but I also mainly like I did all like the bread and like rolls and stuff for like a couple of the bakeries that I worked at. You had to come in and at like 11 o'clock midnight and like start making this shit up, let it rise, and then like throw everything in the oven and have it done by like 6:30 kind of shit. Like
we're testing out the new Zoom deal, and we have a caller calling in. We're gonna try this out, see what happens.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
Caller, are you there? No.
Hello.
Hello.
It says Katie Rose.
I don't know who that is.
I think they might have hung up, man.
All right.
You don't you have no idea who this is?
No.
Or like who could be calling us during this thing?
Well, there's a name popped up, but I don't know who they are.
That's fucking exciting, dude. Because I mean,
The only problem is it shortens us up for
for our
40.
time gimmick,
Yeah, that's the only problem. So
I wonder if I'm gonna start the video just so I can see like myself.
there he is.
Well, because I wonder if
Hello.
I wonder if they like come up, man. Is it gonna be like something weird?
I don't know.
Like this is gonna be like some old school South Park chat roulette where a fucking a bunch of dudes jerking off basically.
Well, I
Like,
mean,
we're not gonna have callers calling in if you're gonna be man. Like,
well, Belly was doing it on his show, and we had one I think Juan called in, and so I tried it on this one to see how it works, and it worked, but I guess whoever the person was not they didn't have a microphone. I guess I didn't see one on there. So
yeah, there's probably man.
So I don't know. But if you see it on our Facebook, just go to facebook.com and just type in Bull Space Radio Lounge, and you'll see it right there. Just type in your name, where you're calling from, your city, and then what do you want to talk about?
I'm calling from my couch.
Yeah. And then just hold on tight in the waiting room and make sure all your mic and everything is hooked up and blah, 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 and yada, yada. Please be respectful. Do not, be too obscene. Don't be obscene at all, really. But
I mean, you're allowed to hang up on them whenever you feel foggy about it.
But and be patient. We'll if we're in sort of a dissertation, we will get to you as soon as possible. So you'll be the next one on The Price is Right. So just type in those credentials right there and get ready to rock and roll. By the way, I do think the 145 subscribers that we had today.
Nice.
Yeah, it jumped from like 140 to 145.
It's growing.
Yeah, it is growing, and then we're gonna do a new show. It's with the wrestler guy, the Eddie Torres.
Nice.
He starts on Thursday at 8:00, and it's gonna be a lot of ranting, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can pull it up.
So that was a fake, man. I hope he doesn't get mad, man. But like, there's a Cheech and Chong skit where fucking Cheech, where Cheech dressed up as like E.T., but he was Eddie Torres, extra testicle. And it was the funniest, man. Like, it's the coolest, like, man. I remember seeing this skit when I was like 7, 8 years old and like laughed my ass off.
Right.
But it was E.T., Eddie Torres, extra testicle, and he had like 3 testicles on his little like shirt that he was wearing because he had his knees tucked in like he was E.T. and shit.
I'm trying to. Grizzle Rants. That's what it's called. Grizzle Rants.
Grizzle Rants? Cool,
yeah.
man.
I gotta start leaving sticky notes that way I can have them on my screen over here.
Yeah, or at least print out like a what the fuck shows am I doing?
Yeah. Well, because I had it all in my head, and all of a sudden, just I'm trying to get things straight, technical wise, and stuff like that. So.
Bro, I love me some fucking Snyder's, man. The Snyder's of Hanover, those honey mustard pretzels.
Oh, really? I can't really.
Yeah, I just saw an ad for them because, man, I'm gonna be taking a road trip, man. So
that's right. You're gonna be gone for 2 weeks, huh?
I've been thinking about snacks, man. Like,
what are your snackaroos? Like, what are your, what's
I don't know. I usually just need something like a canister of like the cocktail nuts or like something, man, while I'm driving every once in a while, just for something to like
munch on.
Yeah, but like sometimes I'll get like some Chex Mix, or I'll get like the Snyder's, the little honey mustard pretzel pieces. That kind of shit. Like,
everything all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I just had to fucking lean up. My back's hurting, dude.
Is it really?
Start like doing some work.
Oof. So you got, for me, it's like Cheetos. Cheetos are pretty much a snack for me.
They're so fucking messy though, man. We can't be driving with Cheetos.
Yeah, that is true. You get sort of Cheeto fingers,
That's a certain, like, my shit's clean as hell. I'm not trying to have fucking orange fingerprints in it. Like,
I am very clean when I eat Cheetos. Thank you. So, I don't know. It's Pringles is probably a good one to have too. I like
Yeah,
Pringles.
or like I'll get a bunch of the like the little quicker or chocolate chip bar kind of things.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
A box of those maybe to like fuck with, but like usually I'll stop like man, I'm planning on like hauling ass till I get to the Georgia border basically, and then like the sun will probably be coming up and like all right man, like I'm gonna call up a Waffle House somewhere and like bitch make me a
Oof.
fucking bacon egg and cheese with a double order hash browns like sweet tea.
Waffle House, boy, it's those are you know. I don't know what it is about the Waffle House and the IHOPs, but when they make their pancakes on the flat tops, right, or their waffles,
Yeah,
they
well, the waffles in the waffle machine, but like anything, man, like the hash browns on like the flat top where they get that menu and you tell them you want them crispy with onions and shit.
uh,
Like,
but I mean, like
yeah,
even the pancakes, they've got that golden crispy edge,
yeah.
right as you bite into it,
Well, a
and it
lot of that's
just
the Bisquick mix too.
yeah, it's still. I mean, I don't know. It's something about those places just tastes good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, they do their pancakes with a little bit of oil on the fucking flat top, so it almost like fries the dough on the edge where you get that
Oh,
little crisp.
okay. Yeah, I mean that's
Yeah, like that's the key to doing them on the Blackstone. Like,
yeah, you gotta get the temperature right, do it nice and
well,
easy.
that you put down some oil, man.
Yeah.
Just like a little, like little tiny thing, and then dollop out your freaking pancakes, and it makes it right.
How's your grill going?
Shit, my grill's over at fucking my goddaughter's dad's house,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Since Super Bowl,
Oh okay. All right. Yeah, I gotta
like,
clean mine. I gotta. It's been a while since I've used it, but I gotta clean it. I gotta come out of the
yeah,
bunker and
I've used it a couple times over there, man. Like I'm gonna want it back probably when I get back from being out of town.
yeah.
Like,
You're going to what, North Carolina or?
yeah,
All right. Gonna spend some time. You gonna take the bike with you or?
yeah. I'm taking the bike, man. I'm going to see my mom, man. I ain't seen
Yeah.
her since like
She okay to see people?
huh?
She okay to see people?
That what?
Your mom's okay to see people?
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah, man.
okay.
Shit, she got her shot. She's like, fuck it, dude.
Oh, I didn't know. I didn't know. Status of her. Like what was going
Nah,
on?
that was the whole reason why I basically got this shot was just to go up there and see her ass.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I gotcha. You taking
otherwise, like, man, yeah.
Bar Dog going with you?
No,
No.
no, he's staying home, man. Like, I didn't want to like have to deal with anything.
Oh, really? Just go up there and just relax and just.
Yeah,
Take
like
it
I'm
easy.
meeting my brother up there, and like we're gonna hang out with mom, and then he's got to go to Nashville for some like the next week, so he's flying out like a couple days at 3 or 4 days after we hang out, kind of thing. And
Okay.
I'm staying for a little while longer. Like
I gotcha.
help mom with shit around the house. I'm gonna throw a super detail on her, man. I'm gonna hang out with her for Mother's Day. Like,
Nice. Just kind of camp out and just cook for her.
I got my own place, like a sweet Airbnb over in like Lake Junaluska, which is like right outside in between like her town and like Maggie Valley. It's only
Okay.
like 15 minutes away.
So so you don't like she don't have a place for you to stay there? Or?
No, man. I mean, when she got rid of the farm, man, she got her condo kind of closer to town, basically. Like,
Okay, I gotcha.
I mean, I could get like an air mattress and stay there and shit, but like, I don't want to, man. Like,
You don't want to do it, crowd your mom
impede
too
like
much.
that, man.
Yeah, but she
like,
might want you to stay there. She might want to,
yeah, not right now.
see how
Like,
the Marky Mark is doing.
well, I mean, I told her. Plus, like when I lived up there for that 1 year when she got her shit, when she was doing her farm thing.
Yeah.
The place that I lived was actually like on the, pretty close to like on this lake, man. And it's this cool little like mountain lake with like a dam there where and the dam goes over the stream, or the lake goes over the dam. You can drive over the dam with this old school like wooden bridge. And there's all these big houses around the lake and stuff. So like I'm gonna take my mountain bike and go fucking ride around
And just sort
that
of
kind of shit.
chill out. And are you gonna take your bike around that long road that you did before, circle around the lake?
Yeah. I'm actually, man, going through GoPros and fucking getting batteries and shit.
Gotcha. Get yourself some mounts.
Yeah, well, yeah, I was thinking about putting one other mount on the bike, but like, I don't know, we'll see. Like, if I can get the battery for the second GoPro, where I know it'll actually run for longer than 10 minutes, like.
I gotcha. Well, I got I got a couple things for you, my friend, probably for on your trip. I got some silver little pucks. They're called silver pucks, right? And you freeze them, right? And then you put them in your drink,
Yeah.
and they keep them. They're supposed to be ice. They're like supposed to be like ice. You know, when you drink scotch or bourbon or whatever you drink. And
Oh yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I had some of the square metal ones for a little while.
Yeah.
Like that look like ice cubes.
right. And then I got you like a face mask and a beer koozie for Super Bowl and stuff like that. So, you know.
Yeah, I'll tell you about, man, after we have our break here, man. We'll I went to a sweet Maker's Mark testing
Did you really? Oof.
last week
Where was this at?
at Whiskey Cake.
Where's it?
Whiskey Cake over there at International Mall, like super cool place, man.
really?
Crazy good bar, all this good food, like.
Interesting. We'll have to get into
Yeah,
that
it was
next.
pretty informative, and you know what a freak I am about Maker's Mark stuff. So.
Yeah, I know that. All right, don't go away. When we come back, we're going to get into Mark's special day with the Maker's Mark testing over there at International Mall.
So delicious, man.
So I haven't had Maker's Mark in just a long time. Don't.
Yeah, we'll get into the different. I mean, they had the whole gamut of stuff, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was pretty ridiculous. Plus, like the Whiskey Cake food people, man, like their food is fucking good.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, don't go away. We'll be right back. Bull and the Bartender Show, Bull's Radio Lounge. Be back in a minute.
Just come home. Matter of fact, you better make that shit timely. I need my queen beside me. With ice on the horizon, knowing one day it's you. If you're lost, high up in the mountain tops, I'll leave the light on. I'll leave the light on. You can come home right now. I'll leave the light on.
Bull and the Bartender Show, Bull's Radio Lounge. Welcome back. I want to tell you about this new show that's coming out on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock. It's a brand new show from the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Eddie Torres. He's a professional wrestler. He'll be starting a show called Grizzled Rants. It'll be giving you a behind-the-scenes backstage tour of what's going on. And what's happening backstage. All that on Thursdays, 8 p.m. Belly is going to be co-hosting with Mr. Eddie Torres as well. I'll be board hopping and, probably barely talking. But nevertheless, Eddie Torres with his show Grizzled Rants. 8 o'clock Thursdays right here on Bulls Radio Lounge. Just go to youtube.com, just search that name, Bulls Radio Lounge, and you'll find it. Subscribe, hit that bell icon. That way you know that we're live.
Live, bitches.
Are you back?
Yep. I'm trying to get the dog inside. Come on.
Were you safe outside your bunker
Yeah.
with your COVID shot that you already had?
Yeah, Bar Dog didn't want to come back in.
Ah.
He was not cooperating.
So last Tuesday we didn't do a show because I went to the Lightning game.
Yeah, so we got our asses kicked too.
Yeah, we did. That was oof. I don't know what happened with that. I really don't.
It was a beating.
It was just one of those things to where just they were trying. They had a lot of people who were,
They weren't connecting though, man. I was watching some of it. They kept slapping shit around, like.
Yeah, they were playing like the 90s Lightning, where they just passed back and forth to each other, just weren't, taking shots or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was the audio from where the seats were. You can hear the sticks hit the puck in the ice. They actually piped in, background crowd audio.
Yeah, kind of fill it in a
stadium.
little bit.
Yeah, that's to fill in the stadium. But it was nice though. It was really cool because you could.
So you can hear the coaches yelling at each other. You can hear the players yelling at each other when they're like trying to pass shit. Like.
Yeah, I mean it
kind of cool, but.
Did you do the what's it called, the St. Pete thing, the Formula One?
No, man, my goddaughter and her dad went. Motherfucker called me on Saturday morning, dude, and all I could hear was yo, car and shit. He just held the phone out to the track. I was like, dude, you're such a dick. Like,
I thought, didn't you have tickets though to go to that last time we were live?
I was gonna try to go like on the Friday, but I couldn't make it, and I'm taking off. So
okay, I gotcha.
Like I used to go every single year, man. Like on like Friday,
Right.
That was my shit. Like.
But you couldn't make it this year, huh?
Yeah, it wasn't.
Oh,
Plus,
sure.
they like moved it back, so man, it was like hotter this year and stuff. So
Yeah, the same thing with the Halloween Horror Nights. They didn't do it last year, so I think they're redoing it this year for the event.
yeah, I think everything's on this year. So
yeah, so it's like we skipped a year, And
at like some capacity, it's gonna happen. Like
now watch the government will flip a switch, and all of a sudden we'll just start. Everybody who's had the shot.
Well, Fauci will say some bullshit and then fucking try to dong it up. Like, they were talking about like, oh, you're gonna have to wear masks to your 4th of July parties this year and shit. Nah, bitch, get out of here.
There was people in different stores have been like freaking out about these masks too. It's like they come in and they don't want to wear a mask, and then all of a sudden they just, start beating each other up, fighting over. a
Yeah, I mean,
mask.
I'm not gonna get into a fight over it, but like if we're outside, like piss off, like, or like if you go, I mean, like I'll wear it going into a restaurant, but like once I sit down, like,
I don't see why people get so upset over that. I don't get that.
well, because I'm over it. I'm over having to wear a fucking mask, man. I
But
got a
everybody
shot,
was
like,
on the bandwagon about wearing the mask. What happened now?
huh?
Everybody was on the bandwagon to wear the mask. What happened?
Not
now?
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Everybody was like, "Wear your mask. Gotta wear your mask."
Yeah, nah, fuck that shit.
And
Like,
then
well,
everybody that
before
thought,
before you had like the the shots, man. Like, all right, dude. But like now that you have a shot, like,
that the
but
shit.
even then, man, I still see people riding around in cars by themselves with a fucking mask on. Like, you dumb shit. Are you serious? Like,
Yeah, the mask in the car is a little bit.
it's one thing if you're an Uber driver, if you see like the little pink Uber thing on the guy's shit, and
But if
he's
you're
got a
just-
mask on, or somebody in the back seat, and they have a mask. All right, man, like I get that, but like
If you're just
by
driving in
yourself,
your car,
you stink that bad? Like, is your AC that fucked up where like you can't?
I mean, listen, I hate wearing masks too. I really do. It makes me have a migraine. It's makes me about 2 to 3 degrees hotter, than normal. But like I said, everybody was on the bandwagon about wearing masks, and everybody thought that if you were saying, "Hey, these masks are gonna get irritating," or whatever the case may be, they're like, "Oh no, he's a conspiracy theorist. He doesn't like to wear his mask. He's not, whatever." And then now,
I mean, I never wore like a formal mask. I always wore like my
Yeah.
fishing sock, basically. So like, I'm
Right.
used to wearing that bitch all the time, so it doesn't really bother me. But it's more of just like the principle now, and like I'm so tired of seeing the medical masks like on the ground or like in the
Yeah.
bushes or floating in the bay. Like, man,
see it all the time, everywhere.
yeah, man, it's like everybody always freaks out about cigarette butts and shit, but like the masks are like the new fucking straws and cigarette butts.
Yeah. That's our new, end of the world recycling thing. Is that
Mm-hmm.
it's not the cigarette butts or the straws that are going to kill us. It's the
Fucking
masks,
Like,
the disposable masks that are going to kill us all. Because they
it's either
don't
that or the cops. So.
biodegrade. They don't do that. They just float out in their little fabric selves.
I mean, you see them like everywhere, man.
Yeah.
Like in fucking parking lots all over the place and shit. It's like, dude, this fucking mask. Like,
Oh, I know. I was just just throw it away. How hard is it?
I mean,
to
I
throw
get
away?
it, man. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and like say that, like, these opinions are fucking of my own, and I'm a cynical asshole. And I'm tired
No,
of
I
this
mean
shit.
that's
So,
it's cool. I mean that's why we have this show, because I want you to have your opinion. I want you to.
yeah. I mean, my whole thing is just, man, like, if you got your shot, dude, and like. Like, I'm not gonna be going into the middle of a mosh pit like anytime soon anyway, or like that kind of thing.
Right.
But like, even if I did in the heat of the moment, like I got my shot, dude. Like, fuck off. Like, either it works or it doesn't. Like,
I mean, listen, I got mine for for my purposes of why I got it. They're my own. But nevertheless, the thing is that I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, the shot is going to be my dependent against the COVID deal, right? Because even though you have that, it's not to say that you won't get it. It's just to say that whatever shot you take, according to them, you have a certain percentage of not getting it.
yeah, and I mean, I mean, who knows, dude? Like, I never got tested for antibodies.
Right.
Like, you never know. Like, people around you might have had that shit, and you just got like a tiny bit of it. Like,
Well, I'm sure pretty much everybody got it in some form or fashion, because you could, like I said before, you could get it and not have any symptoms.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was sick as shit. Like the Christmas right before 2020, when I went down to Miami and was partying, passing around bottles with like a bunch of people and stuff. So
Party up, living at large.
yeah, for the last Miami boat parade in 2019 or whatever it was, man, on the boat passing around bottles of tequila and shit. And And I ended up getting like I was kind of sick on my way down there, and then I got real fucking sick like after it. So like I don't know, I might have got that shit down there. Who the fuck? Who knows, man? Like I mean, I'm not gonna go like be an asshole and like yell at people for wearing their masks and stuff, but like yeah, like I'm over it. So
Mark's like, I'm not gonna yell at people, but I'm gonna do my
like,
own
I'm over
thing.
it. Like it was nice as shit. Like when I went to the
Now,
tasting thing on Wednesday, man. Like you had to like
that's right. Yeah, you had your Maker's Mark testing.
yeah, well, but like even just like all right, like you had to wear your mask like walking into the restaurant basically. Like as soon as you would like talk to the fucking hostess, like you even take it off. It's like I'm not even wearing this shit. Like it's stupid. Like
Mark says, I ain't wearing this goddamn shit. Give it up.
well, you're at International Mall, you know. Like I mean,
Yeah.
man, like Whiskey Cake was fucking rad. I'd never been there before, man. And then the bar was just the most ridiculous, like rum, rum, tequilas, but mainly like bourbons and rums and shit, man.
Ooh,
And
that
their
sounds
selection was deep,
Deep.
deep. Like,
How deep did the rabbit hole go?
man, there was a lot of stuff. Like, we got there a little bit early, so we sat at the bar because I was like, man, I want like I know we're gonna be drinking a lot of straight liquor tonight, so I want like a beer or like a cocktail or something before I go to like.
Just to start.
Well, this to kind of warm me up a little bit. Like I had a cocktail
Yeah.
like on my way to like my buddy's house.
Uh-huh.
So it was like before we sit down to this crazy food and drinks, like I want like something like.
Right.
So I ended up
Something
getting
just to
some
go.
kind of. It wasn't it wasn't a Sazerac rye. It was some kind of a rye, man. We got an old fashioned, and it was freaking fabulous. And then like you go sit down in this private room, and like you walk up to your seat, and here's like four, of like the fluted, taster, liquor cup kind of things
Okay. All right.
with like the regular Maker's Mark, and then you had Maker's 46, which is like the next step up, and then you had a cask strength, and then they had a mystery one that turned out to be this 101 proof, like that's like really hard to get. But they all had different flavors, and like the guy doing the thing was like a Maker's Mark rep basically, and he knew about talking about the history and all the different
Was
flavors
this-
with the staves and stuff, how they can flavor the different single batches different and all that shit. Like,
Was this free or
no,
no?
but it was through like the Tampa Bay Whiskey Society. Like,
Okay, so I mean, like, what? How much was this?
I think it was $65.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
my old neighbor took me basically as his plus one because by the time that I got a hold of him, it was already sold out.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I was his date basically. Like,
Oh, nice. How was that?
yeah, it was fucking great. I was like, dude, I'll pay for drinks. Man, they had like pulled pork sandwiches, smoked these crazy like chicken drummies that were all smoked, and fried green tomatoes, and all these different cheeses and meats, and like fruit and shit, and like like good shit to eat while you were drinking this like crazy delicious bourbons. And
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
that sounds
so,
really
like-
good. Were you drinking it like sort of at room temperature or?
yeah, I mean you were drinking it straight up, man. I mean you
Okay.
could add a little, like they had bottles of water there, like because I was making sure in between sips I was drinking like a half a glass of water basically.
Yeah,
like-
that way you're not too tipsy.
well, I ended up getting
Fucked up.
yeah, like
you
it wasn't that night. It was like the next morning. Was like, damn, did I drive home last night? Like,
really. You don't even remember driving home?
oh no, I drove. I mean, I was fine driving home, but like, I think like the
What?
shit, like after you went to sleep, you kept getting drunk. So like when I woke up, like
Yeah.
I like woke up early, man, and was like, whoa, like shit.
That's the one thing I hate is like when I used to drink like heavy, right? You get like, well, I mean, back then it was a big deal, but it wasn't a big deal because you sort of get used to that feeling. But when you get like drunk, right? Like the rant night that I had, you know what I mean, with the Bacardi.
Yeah,
After the show, man, you had that sort of drunk, wheezy type of imbalanced feeling, you know?
like I think I went to bed at like midnight 1 and like woke up at like 7 basically,
Yeah.
and was like, oh shit, like I didn't even know where I was. Like, damn, like how did I make it home? Like what the fuck's going on here? Like, then put it all together. Like, man, but like, I was fine when I got home. I wasn't like belligerent or weird or anything, or
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know, like,
What's the worst that you not like, you know, worse is like you get into a fight or something, but what's the worst that you've gotten drunk and then you coming home? Like, did you make it inside? Did you, you know, fall over? Did you?
yeah, I've never like when I was, I think one time, man, in like high school, like I puked out in front of my buddy's house after like leaving a party basically, but
Yeah.
like this chick that like he knew ended up driving my car, and like I was in the passenger seat, but when we got back to his house, like I yacked and folks thought that I like
Oh,
drove
really?
home, and they called my parents the next morning and shit. It was
Oh.
like, nah, dude, like nah, you know, like I didn't do that shit. Like, man, they didn't let me drive home. Like, I might have drove home from his house back to my house, but like
Yeah.
I'd already puked like once or twice. And
Really?
all right, cool. Like,
Yeah, I did that one time. I drove home from a party and I don't remember what they had there to eat, but I'm assuming it was like pizza because most parties have pizzas, right? But again, I can't remember what they actually had. So, anyways, I came home and my the walkway to the front door is like an L shape, right, from the driveway. So I get up there, and you don't even get the queasy feeling like, oh, something's gonna happen, you know.
yeah, you start getting the spits a little bit.
Something's coming up, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden it just, you know, yacked itself up over and like this little pancake puddle type, you know, deal at like 1 o'clock in the morning, you know. So I go inside, change clothes, take a shower, you know, brush my teeth, get all ready for, you know, to hit the bed to sleep in the next day. And then my mom wakes me up and, did you puke that up on the lawn? And I'm like, no. You know, because you're hungover, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to hear about it. You know, you're like, no. She's like, you better not be driving home. And I'm like, no.
like one of the funniest, man. I mean, I went home. I drove home one night from up the Adventure Island, man. When the survey company that I worked for, like they would actually rent out Adventure Island during the summer, like man, for a night with like 2 other engineering companies and like have kegs and everybody would bring.
Oh,
food.
just sort of party up and everything.
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
after Adventure Island closed down, basically you had like 4 hours to go like party at Adventure Island, like without anybody there. And
How much
I brought
partying can
I
you
brought
do?
a like 8 or 9 dozen Jello shooters, dude. Like my buddy at the time, the chick that he was dating brought one of her like stripper friends that were man showed up in like a tea bag and like tiny pasties, basically.
Jeez.
Like that was my date for the fucking party, and
This is all
ended up eating
Adventure
a bunch of
Island,
Xanax and shit. And I don't even remember I didn't remember driving home. I didn't remember anything. They were like, dude, you were talking to bosses, like cutting up jokes and shit, and like
Really?
laughing your ass off and like going down slides backwards, like with this stripper with a tea bag on, like her tits out and stuff. Like I was like, I don't remember any of that shit. Like
Is there like video of this or what's going on? I mean, that's,
no, man, I did have a giant bruise because like one of those rides at Adventure Island, you had to walk through like a rock tunnel
I don't
to
know.
like get to the slide, man, and I straight up like blew myself up on the rock tunnel. Like,
Yeah. The only thing I remember is that, and I don't know if this changed or not, but
you're getting ready to get booted off this thing, supposedly.
Really, there used to be this
It says less than a minute.
for what?
Then I think we're getting booted off.
Oh, all right. That's because we had that's the problem when they call in. They time us out. All right, just stand by for a minute. I'm going to give you the deal to.
All right, let's take a break. I'm gonna smoke
Yeah.
a cigarette for a
All
minute.
right. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go away.
All right, send me the deal.
All right. Oh, I'm trying to pull up a song. I wasn't prepared.
before we get going.
I wasn't prepared. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it's not counting down yet. It says we have less than a minute, so I don't know what that means. We'll be right back.
All right. Don't go away. We're right back. Bull's Radio Lounge, Bull and the Bartender Show. Be back in a minute. Don't go away. More to come. Sorry we had to end so abruptly. We're going to get through this. I'm going to send Mark the code once again. So, I don't know why he does that. when somebody calls in on a Zoom deal. It times us out. Let's do this. Back in a minute. Don't go away. Bull and the Bartender Show. Like I said, more to come. Be right back.
tiene dinero. We party to the extremo, baby. Toda la noche rompemos, al otro día volvemos. Tú sabes cómo lo hacemos, baby. Baby, tonight's like fuego. We bout to spend a dinero.
Bull and Bartender Show, Bulls Radio Lounge. Welcome to the show. Don't forget, Thursday at 8 p.m. it'll be Grizzles Rants, hosted by Eddie Torres and Belly from Gut Check Live. You'll get the behind-the-scenes look and rants coming from Eddie Torres himself, the all-time belt-winning champion of the wrestling era, and get his side of things, where he sides and he goes with, and just it's not just gonna be a one-sided type of show. It's gonna be his opinion on what he sees broadcasted out, and you just need to tune in. It's gonna be a great show. Mark, I hope you in your journey, I hope you're able to tune in at one point in time.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'll be curious as a man here, like if he's watched any of the what's the series on Vice, man? The Behind the Ring series.
He probably has.
Like there was some really good, like
yeah.
I know A&E's getting ready to do another like biography, like a big one on Macho Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh. Did you met him in the studio, right? I mean, you saw him when he came in with Damian Angel, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah. So they were that was a crazy bunch of guys right there. So I'm happy that they're able to well, at least Eddie Torres is able to do a show, do 2 hours. So, and we welcome him to the Bulls Radio Lounge family. So, family of shows dedicated to project our opinions and views, and hopefully you listen and not change the channel. There you go. There's your spot right there.
Huh?
So there's your spot right there.
I'm all about it, dude.
So, all right, so let me ask you a question. Have you been keeping up with the news at all?
I mean, somewhat, man.
Somewhat? All right. Have you seen like this whole hubbub about the what's his name, Eric Chauvin? Is that what his name is? That
Yeah, I mean, he got guilty. I'm more, man, the one that happened last week in Ohio, man, where the cop like gets called out and the girl's like, man, getting ready to stab this other girl, and like he like shoots the chick with a knife, like as like her father is trying to kick like this other girl in the head, like all on cop cam, like.
Really? That's I didn't hear about that one.
Look up Columbus, Ohio, man, stabbing shooting, like
Columbus, Ohio stabbing shooting.
Yeah, like it's the man, like. The cop gets there, and within 30 seconds, he witnesses the girl's father trying to kick some bitch in the head as he throws her down on the sidewalk, while his 16-year-old daughter is wielding a straight up, like, not like a pocket knife, like a fucking carving knife, getting ready to stab this other chick, like, and the cop shoots the chick with a knife, like.
Really?
Yeah, man. I mean, the bitch is getting ready to stab, like when you see the video, like. So like
the video's pulling up here in a minute.
So like all the CNN, MSNBC, all that shit, they were like, that cop could have totally, tried to diffuse the whole situation and shit. But when you see the video, like, dude, there's no diffusing this. This bitch is gonna stab this girl, like. Or they were like, oh, you should have just let him fight. I've seen plenty of knife fights when I was in high school and junior high and stuff, and da-da-da-da-da. I'm like,
come on,
nah, bitch, this ain't like somebody pulling out like a Swiss Army knife, and like, oh, I'm gonna cut you. Like, this bitch had like a turkey carving giant knife, like.
Yeah, I'm seeing it right here. It looks like some guy has a knife, Right, that the audio is not playing through. I don't know why.
Well, like that's a girl. Those are two girls fighting.
That's two girls.
Yeah, like that's a big, heavy set African American girl. Like,
And what were
like
they
getting ready to
fighting
stab
about?
that other girl, had her pinned up against the car there.
Right, and what were they fighting about?
It was something like there was something like, but like the cops got called out there. They're like, dude, like shit's getting ready to go down. Blah blah blah. You guys need to get out here, basically. Like, but you see like the dude try to kick that other person on like the sidewalk there.
Oh, I just saw one clip there, the Fox News where
Like the whole video, man, like the girl's dad like actually throws down this other girl like onto the sidewalk and like tries to like soccer kick her in the fucking head. Like, man, the cop didn't shoot him, like but like shot the chick, you know. But like when you see this video, like kind of thing, like which brings out a whole nother like, so like all this shit happened, and then LeBron James came out on like Twitter and was like, "Oh, that cop, blah blah blah," you know, man, you know, basically called him out. Was like, "You got a target on your back now," da 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 da. Like some real like putting that cop on blast. Everybody needs to go fuck this cop up. Like, who the fuck's LeBron James? Like, I know you're a badass basketball player, but like,
they had a TMZ had a story about that. I'm trying to pull it up. My computer's acting really slow.
I'd be curious to see how TMZ spins it. But like, nah, like LeBron was basically like all bullseyes on you now, cop, like kind of thing. Like you're gonna get what's coming to you, or some kind of shit like that. Like,
yeah, there was a story that TMZ had about that to where he was. I don't know if it's the same guy, but he was all bloody. The guy was all bloody. I'm trying to pull it up.
I mean, there's a. All right, man.
Here
Like,
it is.
there is some bad cops. Like, I'll give you that.
It says police video shows is it NBAR bloodied after strip club attack. Is that what you're talking about?
No, that's something else. I don't even know what that is.
Oh, I thought that's what you're talking about. Because it was an NBA player with this one.
No, this is LeBron James was like he put out a tweet after this shit went down, basically. After this cop shot the one girl, man, that was like trying to stab the other girl, saying that like that cop was like he was next. He's got a target on his back now, basically. Like,
jeez, what was going on? Is this like gangster stuff?
Well, it's a fucking somebody, man, who gets paid millions of dollars to play basketball. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you have no idea, man. Like, what if that was your daughter that was getting ready to get stabbed by some bitch just because it was a high school fight? Like, you're gonna let it go? Like, fuck off, dude. Like, that bitch is getting ready to get stabbed.
I mean, you have to protect, your family. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
No, like, man, see if you can find the whole video on that and actually watch like how fast that shit went from 0 to 100, and like, man,
I'm
like,
trying. I'm searching as we're talking about it. I found the police. The body. Is the police body cam? Did you?
Yeah.
Listen to that before?
Yeah.
Hold on,
I mean, that's the whole thing, man. You see the guy jump out, but like, watch the video. You see the dude on like the right of the video try to kick this chick, or throw some bitch to the ground, and then try to kick her in the head, basically, as like the cop's shooting the girl.
All right, hold on. Let's go back here.
With a knife. Here's Will Ewick with the latest.
This never should have happened. She's a loving girl.
The mother of Micaiah Bryant is understandably hurting right now and desperate for answers.
I don't know all the details about what happened here today, but it needs to stop. Policies and procedures.
Footage today showing the scene from different perspectives as an officer approached a driveway with a girl in black swinging.
All right, there was a girl in black that fell on the ground, right? And there was a girl in pink
up against the car. Now, like the
girl no,
that's in front of the girl in the pink there, standing up still.
A knife.
Okay, so the cop drawed a sidearm, I think, probably a stun gun.
No, that was a pistol. He shot that bitch.
Oh, really?
Reardon, and who's
yeah, she did.
Shots.
Under those circumstances were
may have resulted in the other woman getting killed.
I'd love to say that we could.
They didn't show the video, maybe, unless this is it right here. Let's see what this is. I don't know. This is the first time I've ever heard about this.
Yeah, you gotta watch the video, like, man, like.
All right, so yeah, this is the video right here. Let's see what happens.
Ultimately fire his weapon.
So the cop comes up and asks what's going on.
The information was that a caller said females were there trying to stab them. and put their hands on them.
So who's stabbing who?
The girl that's like the girl in the pink is getting ready to get stabbed by the other girl standing right in front of her.
Oh, okay. So why
Like
they push?
you can see the knife that bitch has like got in her hand, psycho style, like going to go thrust it on her.
Well, because
like,
and again, this is from a news station too, because I'm trying to find it as we talk. But there's a person in a black sweatshirt that pulled the girl in the pink outfit towards the car. Is that who's going to stab?
Yeah,
him?
that's the chick. She's got a giant knife in her hand.
So, and why is she stabbing them?
They were fighting over something. It doesn't matter why. The bitch is getting ready to stab her. Like, man,
But
that's some real ass
but I'm
shit.
saying that's the reason why, stab somebody.
Deadly force can be used to protect yourself or the protection of a third person. So that is within the policy, and that is within the law.
Oh wow,
That is what the law says. Whether this complies with that will be part of that investigation.
So the person who got stabbed, was she okay?
No, she actually didn't get stabbed. Like, that's because the cop shot that chick right there.
Oh,
She
okay,
was gonna stab her.
because I saw her rear back and with a knife and runs
that's
towards
when he
her.
fucking lit her up.
Oh, okay, that's where he lit her up because I didn't see that part because they flash it off.
Yeah, you got, man, they have that whole video out, and that's the whole shit about it. Like, on the news, you've got to watch the whole video because that's what actually tells, like.
And that's what I'm trying to find is like the whole video because everybody keeps on adding their own little deal in. Oh, they took it off. They took off the video. It was
so controversial or what? I mean, I'm sure you can find it, but like.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen enough right here with the whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I mean, dude, like, say that's your daughter in the fucking pink there. Like, wouldn't you want a cop to stop somebody?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. If somebody's coming up and about the stab.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Well, like, if you look up, man, like, there was like MSNBC, CNN, they were all like, oh, there's, fucking fights happen in high school, basically. And like this one African-American news lady was like, I saw plenty of knife fights when I was in high school. And
no, I didn't see no knife fights in high school.
Basically, you should let them work it out kind of thing. Like,
now, listen, there's one thing about letting students work it out via fighting, via hands.
If you two are fist fighting or like wrestling, that's one thing. But when somebody pulls out a fucking 8-inch to a 12-inch knife, like, nah, man,
that's not cool. Because once you do that, then you step on a different level, a different playing field.
I mean, it's one thing, like I said, if she's holding like a fucking Swiss Army, like some little bullshit ass, like a fucking knife that's on like your nail file thing, like.
Oh, I'm all for it. If somebody's wielding a knife, at my daughter, go for it. Go Rambo on the other person.
I mean, sorry if you get shot. I mean, maybe you could have pulled a taser, but like that chick still would have got cut, or maybe fucking, like
light them up.
Sorry, dude.
Light them up, Grand Theft Auto style.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because it's like, listen, that's your kid.
And I mean, everybody's mom is gonna be like, oh, they were the sweetest thing, blah 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 blah. All right, maybe so, man, but like.
I mean, listen.
She still fucking was wheeling a goddamn like she was gonna stab that bitch. Like, you can see the movement. Like,
right. I mean, listen. I feel sympathetic for the family if that person that had the knife passed away, died of the injuries, right? But,
well, like the rest of the video, they actually show like as soon as the cop shot her, he's on top of her, giving her fucking, trying to like save her shit. He's like, I didn't want to shoot you, blah 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 blah, and like trying to save her life, basically, like.
Right.
He didn't like stand over and be like, bitch, that's what you got, bitch. Like.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's one thing to get in the fight. It's another thing to bring a weapon to the fight because that's a whole new level. But like I said, I'm sorry for the family if the person with the knife didn't make it. I apologize to your family, but nevertheless, in any shoes you put yourself into, that's still a timely situation to where you have to make a choice. Do you shoot some? Not shoot, but do you?
You try to tase them and like see if that stops it, but then like that other chick's still gonna get fucking cut.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to use force in a timely way, I guess.
And like
And the
everybody
live
else
stop
was
shooting.
like basically like, man, like he shouldn't have used force at all. They should have just let him fucking do what they're gonna do.
No,
Basically,
absolutely not,
like,
because that knife looked like it was about to go through the other person's neck.
yeah, no, that chick was on a swing, dude. Like she
Yeah.
was, man. She had
She
one thing in her
was-
mind, and it was
and
fucking
then-
stabbing,
and then what would
stabbing her or
happen?
cutting the shit out of her, and which is not fun either, having been cut. Like,
Well, that's what I'm
before,
saying.
so.
She had that knife, like she was firm gripping that knife, and that knife was pointed outward.
Yeah,
you
no,
know.
she was on the psycho like stab.
Yeah.
Like,
And then here's the
like,
thing: if the cop showed up and didn't do anything or tase him, right, and then that person stabbed the other person and then killed the other person, okay, then she'd be charged with like first-degree murder, probably.
Yeah, and then the cop's
Cop
gonna
would
be in
be-
trouble for
right,
fucking
for
not
not
doing
doing
anything.
nothing,
They're gonna go after
right.
him for that shit. So
Yeah.
you're like damned if you do, you're damned if you
So
don't.
so
like,
why didn't they be like, well, why didn't you stop the person? Why didn't you tase him? Why didn't you do this? You know?
I mean, he
And-
wasn't close enough to like try to tackle her. He was still like
Yeah.
fucking 10 yards away from her. Like,
I saw an interview on YouTube about a guy that was, I think, worked in the same department as that Chauvin guy, right? And
Yeah.
he was talking about him. He's like, he's not a cop. In my mind, he's not a cop at all. But nevertheless, he goes, real cops can have to sit there and have their adrenaline pumping for like 10 or 20 seconds and then have to bring it back down to zero within those 10 and 20 seconds
that's fucking hard to do.
in a matter of split seconds. And if you can do that, then you can be a good cop, because in like this situation, you have to come out kind of strong, decide on what's going to happen in a split second, make a choice, with life or death, basically. Do you choose
Yeah.
to shoot the pending suspect for stabbing the pending victim, or do you not shoot him and try to tase them and possibly stop them, but then on the other hand, the knife goes through the neck of the victim?
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole man, but like my whole shit. All right, so like that was all bad too, and then but LeBron went on Twitter and said the shit that like he said, basically. Like,
What did he say?
it was something, man. You can look it up, dude. I mean, there's all kind of, man. People are freaking out about it, like, man.
What,
because he
LeBron
said like,
James Twitter remarks.
yeah, or yeah, basically, yeah. Like, I'm sure that'll bring you right to it. Like, he said some shit about like, oh, this cop, whatever he like put the cop's name out like on Twitter, and then was like, there's a target on your back now. You're next. Blah 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 blah.
For the cop?
Like, yeah.
Couldn't he get in trouble for doing that?
Well, he took it off Twitter supposedly, but like everybody, like it's already out there. Like you can, man, even though you like erase something off Twitter, everybody
Yeah.
screenshotted that shit. Like it's fucking out there, like kind of thing, But then he was like, oh, backpedaling, like just like I'm mad about it or whatever. But like, all these fucking celebrities and these famous people, dude, like y'all have your own private security guards. Like,
Yeah.
how about you take that shit away and you go walk around like the fucking rest of us?
No,
Like.
people don't want to, beg and plead for your autograph, but I
Not
don't,
even that, like man, like oh man, anywhere that like anybody goes, they any of these fucking real stars either have like cops with them or a private security, like at least one guy with a gun or two guys with guns, like
well, of course, because you got those crazy
all the
people.
time. But yeah, you're like, oh, fuck these cops, defund the police, blah 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 blah. Like man, like,
Okay.
like all right, dude, well then defund, man. Like you guys are all about defund the police, but yeah, you've got fucking your own private like Israeli army basically walking around with you. So like,
So let me ask you this: if they defund the cops, right? So then, what happens if somebody breaks into your house?
yeah, take it on your. Well, that's another whole argument right now, man. So all right, so there's no cops, so then you're gonna take it into your own shit, and I'm gonna shoot a bunch of people or shoot whoever the fuck's coming in my house.
So
like,
it's just pure chaos.
yeah. But then they're like, oh, we're gonna take away your guns too. So then you can't the whole fucked up thing is they're like, all right, we're gonna take away the cops, we're gonna take away your guns, and then when you guys are like, oh shit, we need somebody, we're gonna supply like federal police basically. Like instead of having your local police, we're gonna have a federal like across the United States. This is gonna be the police force,
Right.
which
So
basically turns you into fucking China.
I found the thing with LeBron James. It says deletes tweet targeting police officer who fatally shot the 16-year-old Ma'Khia Bryant. So I guess she did die. And listen,
Yeah, there was blood all over the fucking driveway,
Right.
man. When they were shooting it, when they were showing the video of him trying to save her, like,
yeah. And again, I'm looking at the what's happening, not any type of ethnicity.
I'm not looking
or
at
nothing.
color or anything. I'm looking at
Yeah.
like some bitch trying to stab another fucking girl.
But see, it says right here, LeBron James deleted a tweet calling out the Columbus, Ohio police officer who fatally shot the 16-year-old. The NBA superstar said that he's gathering more facts in the case, but said his anger still is here after the shooting. Quote, this is from him via his Twitter, right? I am so tired of seeing black people killed by police. End quote. I took the tweet down because it's being used to create more hate. This isn't about
that wasn't the original fucking tweet.
No.
Out.
This is what's following up on it.
Right.
It's about the entire system, and they always use our words to create more racism. I am so desperate. Hold on.
See if you can find the original tweet. Like you need to read it. Like fuck his explanation. Like,
I am so desperate for more accountability. End quote.
Yeah, no, that's not the original tweet.
Oh, I know it's not, but I'm trying to find it as we talk.
You can find the original one. Like there's like you need to like look it up and like you'll understand. Like, all right, dude, who the fuck are you? Like,
well, I'm sure it's not good for him.
No, I mean that's why he like took it down. But like people like there was plenty of people screenshotted it and took that shit. Like,
see, I don't know if you can. I'm trying to find it. I can't.
Yeah, my phone's dead, and I don't know if I can minimize.
All right,
Zoom,
so maybe
like,
is this it right here? James on Akron, Ohio native wrote in 2 tweets. Hold on. Let me see this. I want to try to get this right because, I don't want to paraphrase or nothing like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. All right, so here James had tweeted. Okay, so here it goes on. It says LeBron James deleted a tweet calling accountability for a Columbus, Ohio police officer, saying his anger could fuel more hate. Right, all right, we got that. James had tweeted "You're next" #accountability. Besides an hourglass emoji and an image of an officer, Nicholas Rurdon, is that his name, the officer?
Yeah, something
who
like that.
shot the 16-year-old after the charged at 2 people with a knife. It goes, end quote, anger does any sick of us any good, and that includes myself gathering all the facts, including education, though. James, an Akron, Ohio native, wrote in 2 tweets, my anger is still here for what happened. See, that's not the thing. Is that the same thing too?
Yeah. I'll see if I can find the original one, and I'll send it to you.
Yeah,
because
I can't find it.
Basically, it was like, man,
I don't even know what the tweet was, and I'm trying.
He was telling the cop, "You're next," like, man, like with a fucking crosshair gimmick, and
that's what I'm saying. Can he get in trouble for that? Isn't that sort of threatening somebody? Like mobster style?
If you were an average person, yes, totally. But like because you're a fucking Hollywood, superstar, elite, shit, like it's just them fucking basically mouthing off. Like
I don't know, but really anybody that tweets or Facebooks or whatever, don't you think that you would have some sort of like thing in your head to where it's, hey.
Like, let me think about this before I actually put that shit out.
Yeah, let me think about it. Let me, let me see what goes on before we start doing this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I feel like tweeting, like tweeting needs to have the same weight as like buying a fucking handgun. Like, you can write it down, but then you need to think about what you're actually writing down for at least like 3 days.
Yeah, because some
before
people
you actually put it out there, because like,
yeah, because some people don't have a filter, you know.
dude,
And
I am the fucking worst. Like, I want to write shit on fucking Facebook all the time
but
about
why though?
just because I'm
What?
just tired of shit, and I just like, fuck it, it's social media. You should be able to say what you want to.
No, absolutely. But I mean, these
But
people
like, I mean, I'm not talking about going after cops and shit. I'm just talking
Right.
about dumbasses wearing masks in their fucking cars. I'm tired of motherfuckers that buy Dodge Chargers. I hate Dodge Chargers, like down to my core right now.
you know,
but-
and it's so funny to hear that because we come from a generation to where we never had all this stuff many years ago. And
yeah, well,
now,
I mean, fuck it.
And
if
now
you're
look
on it,
at
you
it.
might as well use it for something.
I know, but look at it now. This guy Mark Zuckerberg who created Facebook, right? He's making $1 gazillion with this thing, right? And now it's become a staple in our lives that even the stock market has changed by Facebook and Instagram.
Well,
and
I actually
Twitter.
just wanted to see how far I could go before they sent me a note. Like, to be honest with you.
And now everybody has to have it. Everybody wants it. You know,
And like, nobody gives a fuck about my opinion, dude. Like, who the hell am I? Like, man, nobody really gives a shit. But like,
there's people that they will get really upset about certain things. Like I'm part of it.
oh, I'm sure there's things that, like, if like we had a bunch of listeners or like this got out to like mainstream, like
yeah, there's a bunch of nosy Nancies out there,
yeah,
And
crabby
they will-
Karens.
Yeah, and they'll be sitting there going, wow, you can't do that, you can't do this, and blah blah blah. You need to go do this and do that.
You can't eat raw meat.
Yeah.
That's wrong. Without a mask, fuck.
It's like some of the people, because I follow like a couple of hedgehog groups to kind of get information about things, and
Are the hedgehog groups political, buddy?
I mean, not really. Most of them are like,
It's a bunch of Karens, though, isn't it?
yeah, kind of. You ask a question, it's like, go to the vet. Or they're like, oh, well, this has happened, but
Goddamn hedgehog, dude. It's either gonna make it or it ain't. Like,
oh, that's what I say. I try to make it happy. By the way, speaking
I'm more sensitive than that shit.
Speaking of animals, we have 4 new additions to the flock.
4?
4. There's a whole big story about that one. Who done it on that? So I get a call right at the fairgrounds, and it's from my editor, Finn, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, hey, I know we're chilling out with the fairgrounds, but all right, what's up? What's going on? He goes, well, there's chickens here, and I go, all right, well, that's cool. There's chickens here. And he goes, no, there's chickens you can buy. And I'm like, okay. And he
At
goes,
the fair or at your fucking house?
no, at the fair. At the fair, you can buy chickens at the fair.
Did you come home with some chickens, dude?
Well, hold on. I'm like, all right, cool. We could probably turn the chicken into like a show chicken, or something like that,
Get that bitch to lay eggs, man.
It does, yeah. So I go use the restroom in that little, I don't know if you've been to the fair lately, but they have a big arena out there, and I went to the restroom right there. The petting zoo was right next to it. And so I came out and seen him walk out there with a giant box, and I'm like, what's with the giant box? Never seen a chicken eat 2 times the size of a box of its own body weight.
No, you need that's a multiple chicken.
So I look in there and I go, there's 4. There's 4 chickens in there. And they're like, yeah. They're like,
so you building a coop?
no, they're like $5 a piece, but you have to buy a minimum of 4.
All right, well, are you building a coop?
Yeah, I got to build a coop. I have 6 weeks to build a coop.
Yeah, did you look it up on? There's a bunch of them.
Yeah,
man.
I've been looking
plans
them up.
everywhere.
So, but these things will lay eggs after 6 weeks.
Yeah,
And
you just gotta keep them from the hawks eating them out of your fucking backyard.
will they come in the backyard and eat them?
Fuck yeah, dude. Them
Really?
hawks that sit in your oak trees right there. Yeah, dude. That's why you gotta like enclose your fucking like area.
Oh, they'll take those things, huh?
Oh hell yeah, that's a chicken nugget, dude, for real.
I mean, but they'll produce the egg. I think they do like 1 egg a day.
You might get 2, you might get 3, depending on
How well they push them out.
Yeah, just depending on the chicken, basically.
But these are, I know I have it here. These are a certain breed of chickens.
A certain kind of chicken.
Yeah, they're all female. They're all,
Well, I mean, I understand that.
Yeah, so no more baby.
Yeah, but they'll all make it. Yeah, but are they like the Mohawk ones? There's a bunch of crazy different kinds of chickens, dude. I got a friend of mine. She got like chickens, but she went like crazy on these like pearl Mohawk chickens and all these different.
I know
like,
they're all black now, but they're called spotted something chickens. You know what I mean? And they lay like these little brown eggs. You know what I mean?
Them motherfuckers are, the dark yolks are so good, dude.
Oh, they
the
really?
best eggs in the morning.
And then what I've been told is that you have to like take the egg right after they release the egg from their body, and then if not, they'll like crack the egg open and like wanna eat the egg every time because they'll eat the.
I don't know about all that, man. I mean, you're not gonna leave it out there for days, but like,
well, no,
you know.
But you don't have to refrigerate them. Black, they're called. Thank you, Chewy Rocks, the executive producer. Just texted me black sex linked chickens.
Say that one more time.
Black sex linked chickens.
All right, that's weird, but okay.
That's what they are. Black sex linked chickens.
Sounds like a good heavy metal band name.
Like those long haired, group of guys.
Yeah, I like black linked sex chickens.
Black linked sex chickens. I'm trying to pull it up now. That way it'll give you like a visual of what they do. But from what I've seen, the pictures of, they get pretty big. I mean, and they like I said, they'll produce like about 1 or 2 eggs a day.
Yeah, man.
So that's not bad. I mean, freshly organic. Can we say we're going organic now? Is that the show's
Yeah,
going?
you have to go to like the feed store and get you some good like organic chicken feed, so they'll fucking have nice eggs.
That nice. What's a good nice brown egg?
Scrambled over easy with extra bacon.
Is that what it is?
I don't know.
I never had chickens before.
I've had a lot of farm eggs, man. I got a buddy at work that like every spring, man, he always has chickens for like.
Oh really?
The spring and the summer, and then he gets rid of them basically. Like,
here's the video of these are what the full size black sex linked chickens look like in their natural habitat of, poking and
of a South Tampa fucking
yeah.
Totally. So you're definitely gonna have to build like a full like enclosed gimmick, dude, because the fucking red tail hawks are gonna have a heyday with them little.
Well, that you got possums in the backyard that roam around and stuff like that. But that's what they are. They're black sex linked chickens.
Yeah, man.
Bottom at the fair, and I've also heard that you can train them too.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you could
train them like to follow you.
I mean, they kind of follow you around if you like fuck with them all the time anyway. When you're feeding them and shit. Yeah. Like my mom had a bunch of chickens, so I'd always mess with them. Like
my brother one time. You ever heard of the thing where if you capture a chicken and you lay it on the ground and you draw a line in front of it in the sand, and you let go of the chicken and it won't move. It's like staring at the line.
That's the first time I've heard of that silly shit.
Really? No, it works. It works. I'm telling you, it works.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually like, man, fucking with like chickens too much. Like, I would go in there and get the eggs with like mom, man, and like make sure they were in for the night, kind of thing.
But yeah, it's I was shown that one time years ago because I thought it was all like a myth. I was like, man, that's not true. There's no such thing. A chicken wouldn't sit there and just stare at a line, on the ground. And lo and behold, they brought out a chicken. They laid him on the ground with like his beak softly on the ground. They weren't forcing the chicken or anything like that. They drew a line right there in the sand in front of the beak, right from left to right, probably about 6 inches to the left of the beak and 6 inches to the right of the beak, and they slowly let go of the chicken, and the chicken just sat there, just staring at that line that the person just drew on.
That's really weird. I feel like you're fucking that chicken up.
And
Like,
so
I feel
then,
bad for that chicken.
and so then, once you like bump the chicken to get it up, it sort of gets up and just sort of wobbles, you know, and it's like it's drunk, and then it's back to normal.
Yeah, I know that's weird, man.
You never heard about that?
Nah, I usually don't fuck with chickens, dude. Like,
Yeah.
unless, man.
You're not a chicken farmer?
Nah, dude. I mean, mom had chickens, and I mean, I hung out with them and shit. Like,
You didn't talk to the chickens and make it feel, you know.
I mean, they were always funny. Like, man, chickening around and shit when you're
When
out there on the farm. But like, yeah, I go in there and get the eggs and like, all right, chickens, y'all get in before the damn coyotes and shit eat you at night.
Do you think the coyotes would like roam around like the area that we live in?
Nah, I don't think you have to worry about that shit. I'd be
No.
more worried about
Like what?
the hawks and shit.
Well, I mean, it's all going to be enclosed. You know, it's all going to be, the whole thing's going to be like one giant, I guess, coop cage, if you will. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's nevertheless there's four chickens out of the flock of many, and it's hopefully they'll be. I think after 6 weeks they'll start producing eggs. I think it is, and they'll be. They have to have a nesting spot too, a nesting spot and a egg laying.
Yeah,
spot.
you're gonna have to build like a box and man, the whole 9 yards. Like,
Yeah, I mean, maybe when they produce eggs, they'll give some eggs to you. Like here's some nice organic eggs
yeah,
brought to you from the fairgrounds.
brought to you from Bulls Farms.
Yeah, Bulls Farms Incorporated.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Um,
Bulls Farms, dude.
But I don't know if you told me this too, but Tree Rocks was telling me about how when they lay the eggs, right? Like in Europe, they don't wash them. They let them sit
Nah,
on the
you wash
counter.
that egg off, dude.
Well, no, because if you do, then you have to refrigerate it. You know what I mean?
If there's fucking chicken shit on my egg,
Well,
like, I'm gonna wash
yeah,
that
that's
bitch off.
yeah, that's a different story. But I'm talking about, if you get a pretty clean egg, like I said in Europe, they don't wash their eggs until they're ready to cook them. Because they can sit on the counter for like a couple weeks or so.
I think as long as you keep them, like, man.
But it's some sort of protective layer that they have on top of them to where if you wash that off, then you have to refrigerate them.
You know what? I'll ask Mom, dude, when I see her next week.
You told me about that with the hen thing too. Remember that? The hen eggs? The ones you had the one time we cooked over there at your bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you told me the same thing.
I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe
I always just washed them off as soon as I got them, but I mean, I was going to eat them.
Yeah, maybe you and Tree Rocks are on the same page.
I don't know. I'll have to go on there and look, man. Or I swear Mom would just wash hers like as soon as she got them and like.
And just that way they're fresh.
Yeah, man. Like that. I mean, you're not gonna leave them around more than a freaking week anyway. Like, man.
Oh yeah, of course.
You
know
know
what's really good is, I know you're probably gonna think this is weird, but you ever heard of Cinnadust?
Who?
Cinnadust. It's like the cinnamon sugar from like the Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal.
Yeah, all right.
Right? But it's equally measured, so you don't have to measure from cinnamon or sugar or whatever, right? But you sprinkle that like on your egg, right? Or you sprinkle that on your toast with your butter. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
I'm all about some cinnamon sugar toast. I don't know about that shit on my fucking egg.
Oh, it's not bad at all because of that sort of like nice, crispy, sugary taste to it.
Nah, man, that's weird, dude.
How's that weird?
Like cinnamon and sugar on your fucking eggs?
Yeah, how's that weird?
Like sprinkling cinnamon and sugar on your eggs while you're cooking your eggs?
Yeah, the Cinnadust. How's that weird?
Yeah, that's fucking too weird for me, dude. Like, I might put like an egg on my cinnamon sugar toast, but like I'm not.
That's the
going
same
on
thing. That is the same thing.
No, it's not. It's on toast. You're
It's
not
a
just like covering your eggs and
listen, are you
Like
are you
ketchup on eggs is fucking weird enough.
are you putting your egg on the sandwich that you just put cinnamon toast on?
I might put a little piece on there, maybe.
Come on.
But I don't know. I don't even really. Nah, cinnamon sugar toast is like kind of a cinnamon sugar toast on its own. Like
I
usually
agree with you, yes, but you said that you'd put your egg on top of the toast with cinnamon sugar on it.
If I had cinnamon sugar toast and I had like a little bit of scrambled egg left, like I might use it as like a pusher, but like I'm not like making cinnamon sugar toast fucking egg sandwiches.
It's not that weird, my man. I'm telling you, it's not that weird. It gives it that nice little sugary taste to it.
You got sweet sugar eggs.
No, they're not really sweet sugar eggs. You're not like dumping it on there. You just lightly sprinkle it on there. Give it extra added. I'm telling you, don't knock it till you try it.
I mean, I'll try it, man.
Yeah.
That
just
seems...
like you said about the hot dogs, and you're like, oh yeah, the hot dogs are so much better than turkey and blah blah blah. And
nah, that's fucking true. Turkey dogs are shit. Like chicken dick dogs, like fuck that.
They're actually not bad. They're, to be honest with you, they're not too bad. I like them.
Nah, they're pretty bad, dude.
You know what the worst thing that I probably had over the road, speaking of about hot dogs, was not the corn dogs, nothing like that. But I tried probably a couple times the gas station hamburger on a stick. You ever had that?
Like when you go to the 7-Eleven instead of getting like they have like the burger on a stick gimmick.
Yeah, the burger on a stick to where it's a whole, I don't know how big of a patty it's supposed to be out to, but it's on a stick, and I mean it was good. It's just greasy, real greasy. But
yeah, I can see that.
Well, it was good though. I had no problem with it, but can't do that anymore.
Yeah, man. I like when you go to like the Turkish places, you can get like the lamb on the stick, that kind of thing.
Well, I haven't had that. I haven't had lamb in a while.
Ah, it's delicious. They got a new they got a Euro burger at the Green Store now, and it's actually like a lamb like patty.
Oof.
And they put fucking, all the shit for a Euro and the tzatziki sauce and the feta cheese on it, but it's on like a burger basically. Like
there's a couple places, but it's the same chain, and I can't remember their name, but they specialize in heroes. They're like a blue colored store.
Yeah, it's Salim's.
Salim's, that's what it is. Yeah, they've got some really good ones too. Like really good, lamb and gyros and stuff like that, and heroes.
Yeah. I like a Salim's. They had one up, man, up by work, and it closed down, and because the plumbing was all fucked up, and so they're like building one across the street.
Ah, okay. But yeah, it's I haven't had that in a while. We'll have to cook some.
Yeah, Salim's has good fucking Phillies too, actually,
they
man.
Do, yeah.
For like a like a bar Philly kind of thing.
They really do. They have some good stuff. A little expensive, but good stuff.
Yeah. So, they also have fried oysters and weird shit that like I would never fucking order from this place, but like I've seen people order like let me get a dozen fried oysters and a
Euro.
Fried
oyster,
like, man.
Jeez. Ugh.
That's rolling the dice, baby.
Gross. All right, this has been another edition of Bull and the Bartender Show. Thank you so much to Mark the Bartender. Mark won't be available for the next 2 weeks. He'll be
I'll see you middle of May.
So I will figure out if I'm going to do a show for those 2 weeks. I may or may not. I don't know.
Take vacation, man.
Yeah, but we just came back from a long break, too. So,
really?
Yeah. There's been times where we've been off, I've been off, you've been off. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, it happens.
I'll see what happens. I'll see how I feel and stuff like that.
You better make a goddamn chicken coop is what you need to do.
I know, right?
Chicken fucker.
Oh, man. So anyways, thank you so much for joining the show. Bulls Radio Lounge only on YouTube.com.
Hey, check out the SpaceX pictures I texted you from the launch.
I saw that. Man. I'm going to post that here in a second.
They're pretty rad. You could see the freaking rockets when they like fell off and they were falling down to the barge. You could see them when they hit the gas, like to like straighten themselves up. You'd see the cloud like poof. Like
yeah, I see that. That's what I'm looking at right now. I'm gonna put that up on our Facebook page.
Pretty rad.
It is. It's pretty cool. I didn't even know they were launching today.
No, it was like last Friday morning, man. I just got up and like when I was turn on like the news and the weather when I get up and they're talking about it, I was like, oh shit, like
that's pretty cool.
Standing out there while the dog's taking a poop, watching it go.
All right, once again, thank you so much. I appreciate it. So
yeah, bud.
Don't forget Thursday, 8 o'clock, Grizzles Rants. Eddie Torres will be hosting the show along with Belly from Gut Check Live. Check that out. Thursday at 8 o'clock. That'll be not tonight, but this Thursday. Bulls ready.
Yeah, I'm going to send you a clip of that Cheech and Chong thing with the Eddie Torres extra testicle thing, so that way he won't be mad at me.
Absolutely. Send me that. That way I can put it in there as well.
It's one of my most favorite. I giggled when I was a kid so hard, dude.
I'll play it for him. So, all right, man. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, bud.
I'll be sending you some mountain pictures in
Absolutely,
between here and there,
mountain pictures and videos. That way we can put something together for you.
Yeah, you have to edit some fucking motorcycle shit when I get back.
Absolutely, my friend. Send me all that you have.
Gotcha.
All right, dude. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, man.
Be safe, buddy. All right, this is Bull. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.